So this notion that and I don't know what the Dallas Police Department's procedure and policy on that. Maybe they have a policy about that and they train these officers to do that. But again,
well, it's unclear. What we do know, though, is when the Patriots, the other officers show up, they're responding to a call, and they immediately start CPR. That's different.
Sure, that's absolutely different. They're first responders. She's not a first responder in this circumstance. She's a woman who thought she was in her own home and she thought she was protecting herself. She's not a first responder. So we keep flipping back and forth from this standard that we should hold her to what actually, what was her actual perceived role at that time. And that's where a lot of the rub of this case is.
Do you put her on the stand?
Absolutely. The jury has to hear from her.
Why?
They have to see that this, one thing, the 911 call that she made, the state's trying to characterize it a certain way, but she's frantic. I'm sorry. You hear her trying to at least talk to this gentleman. Hey, stay with me, buddy, stay with me. It's not like she went straight outside and let him die.
What she
so
doing?
The state's trying to paint this cold, callous, self-absorbed, just
the
worried about
bitch
herself.
out on the balcony when she could have been in there trying to save his life.
To these jurors and make sure they understand
Tramp bitch.
she is remorseful. She's horrified by this. It was a horrible mistake. She had no intent to kill this man. She's going to have to get on the stand and give them herself, not just what the state has painted of her.
You're a prosecutor. How do you cross her effectively when there really isn't anything to refute, evidence-wise, her story? Because she was the only one there. He's the only one that could refute it.
I think at this point, what the state's going to have to do is when they get her on the stand, make her, or at least get her to acquiesce to the point that she perhaps didn't have to shoot him. It could have been something else, or was his actions so aggressive that she felt she had to shoot him, but of course that can backfire on them. She may articulate to the point where the jury will say, well, yeah, I might have shot him too if I was in that place. Because here's the standard for that, the reasonableness standard. Is what, if we're going to talk about reasonableness, which is a whole different situation than murder. Murder doesn't require that you acted reasonably. Murder requires that you have malice aforethought, that you had the intent to commit a murder. If you're going to talk about reasonableness, here's what that means. If you're in a similar circumstance as someone, would you have acted exactly like they did or acted in a manner very close to what they did? And it's not reasonable to you, the actor, it's reasonable to a third party, i.e. a jury.
Yesterday, it was a